Two of the images I'm best known for in the creation of movie art is the original poster for E.T. with the two fingers touching over the curvature of the earth, and the sometimes considered a cult film, Blade Runner, the Ridley Scott film starring Harrison Ford. In my ideal world, everything I draw or paint conveys a feeling or an emotion, or at least sets a mood for the viewer. I think that I like to make pictures, and I'm going to paraphrase something here that Steven Spielberg once said about, I like to make, he has said that I like to make films sitting front row center with popcorn, because he wants to put up there what he wants to look at. Well, I think that I feel the same way about what I draw and paint. I want to draw and paint. I want to make permanent in that moment in time the things that I want to see. I became involved unconsciously or subconsciously or both in the movie business when I was about 12 years old. Not in a direct sense. We lived in the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Sunday paper would arrive. I couldn't wait for the Sunday paper because there was the movie section. And I would rifle through the paper, didn't care what I was. I wanted to see these ads, like, George Pell presents The Time Machine with Rod Taylor. I mean, and they were terrible. God, they were these horrible cut together photographs that were like even one generation worse in the local newspaper, because they used to send out these, these kind of photostat sheets to all distributing areas, and some guy would sit there with an X-Acto knife and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and cut out Yvette Mimieux, and rubber cement, stick it together, and, that's what we saw. But that promise of some spectacular occurrence, some 2 hours of fabulous emotional experience, that I was drawn to, those weird little newspaper ads. And I think from that point on, I think I was unconsciously drawn to the profession. And I had to discover as I got a little older, beyond being 12 years old, that I'm not a writer, I'm not a director, I'm not an actor, not any such thing, but that's a way that I could get close to the movies and the magic of the movies and the promise of the movies. And I had a chance came to me to work on Blazing Saddles for Mel Brooks. I did not really know the humor of Mel Brooks that much. I didn't even get the joke Blazing Saddles as a title when I first heard it. I thought the guy with the Gucci saddlebags, I thought Gucci was an adjective. I didn't know it was a brand name. I knew nothing, but I had a chance to do a movie poster. It was said that Mel Brooks was unhappy with everything that had been done by the advertising department at Warner Brothers. And I came in with this thing, and he liked it, which was all anybody needed to hear. Mel's happy, that's it, we're done. Okay, write the check, get it out of here. And the next week, in LA, they used to wild post movie posters. They used to wild on construction walls. You'd be driving along, you'd see hundreds of things. Never a legal practice, but kind of always okay in the LA area. And I'm driving down Vermont Boulevard in Los Angeles in my little Volkswagen, and I'm going, my God, I just painted that. Hundreds of them, right? And people were trying to steal them, people were trying to get them off the plywood and stuff like that. I thought, this is really, really strange. But that day, when I got home, I had a call from someone I'd never heard of before, asking me if I was the guy that did the thing for the Mel Brooks movie. So I called the guy back. Before I know it, I'm working on something else, and something else, and something else. And it was like that was a good performance. That was a really good role for me, because then people started calling me to have me do their posters.